Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. I&R spoilers. Adam makes huge blunder, lies when asked about sleeping with Chelsea. The Young and the Restless. I&R spoilers suggest that Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, may handle things the wrong way when Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, asks if he slept with Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, while they were in Baltimore. Will Adam lie to Sally after their confrontation? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Sally Spectra knows that something has changed. The Young and the Restless spoilers reveal that Sally knows something has changed between her and Adam. In this week's preview, Sally isn't pulling any punches when she asks Adam if he slept with Chelsea. Adam knows that Chelsea plans to tell Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, the truth. Will Adam lie to Sally face about what happened? If Adam were to do right by Sally, he would realize that he needs to fess up and suffer the consequences. Unfortunately, Adam doesn't trust Sally to be so forgiving. Will Adam make the worst mistake of his life and lie to Sally? What will happen when Sally learns the truth and confronts Adam with it? I&R spoilers. Adam Newman stands firm. Adam doesn't want to lose Sally, and he is afraid that is exactly what will happen if he tells her that he cheated on her. Sally may try to understand if he would just be honest about the whole ordeal. However, Adam will stick with his stubborn Newman streak and act as though he cannot believe Sally would ask him that. Will this end Sally and Adam's relationship for good? Billy and Sally tend to discuss their significant others, and this could create a huge problem considering Chelsea is determined to confess. What if Billy and Sally compare notes about their conversations and Billy tells Sally what Chelsea revealed? Will Sally confront Adam for lying to her and then walk away because he broke her trust? The Young and the Restless spoilers. The ultimate betrayal. Sally may end up leaning on Billy, who isn't likely to be happy about this situation. After all, both of them have tried to be understanding and even sympathetic to the cause. Billy and Sally have stood by Chelsea and Adam and encouraged them to lean on each other. However, that did not give them the okay to sleep together or to lie about it. In the end, will Billy and Sally end up falling into bed together because of how betrayed they both feel? Adam's insistence on lying could push Sally right into Billy's arms, and he would have no one to blame but himself. However, it is highly unlikely that Billy or Sally will take this news very well. Could we see Billy and Sally thrown together in the future? The tension in Adam Newman's life had been building for weeks, and it all started with a series of bad decisions. Ever since his return to Genoa City, Adam had been on edge, feeling the pressure to prove himself both in the business world and in his personal life. He was always a step away from disaster, and this time, he could feel the noose tightening around his neck. It was a typical day at Newman Enterprises where Adam was embroiled in a power struggle with his father, Victor, and his brother, Nick. The tension between the three of them was palpable, each vying for control in a game that seemed never-ending. But today, Adam had other things on his mind. His thoughts kept drifting back to Chelsea Lawson, the woman who had once been the love of his life and the mother of his son Connor. Chelsea had been back in town for a while now, and their paths had crossed more often than Adam would have liked. The past had a way of catching up with them, and the chemistry between them was undeniable. It was as if they were drawn to each other by an invisible force, one that neither could resist, no matter how hard they tried. The affair started innocently enough. A late-night meeting at the office, a shared drink, and before either of them knew it, they were in each other's arms, the passion between them reigniting like a wildfire. But what had started as a moment of weakness soon spiraled into something much more complicated. Adam knew he was playing with fire, and yet he couldn't stop himself. Chelsea was a drug he couldn't quit, and every time they were together, he felt alive in a way he hadn't in years. But with every secret rendezvous came a new wave of guilt. Adam wasn't a fool. He knew that this affair could destroy everything he had worked for. He had finally managed to rebuild his life, to regain some semblance of normalcy, and now he was risking it all for a woman who had the power to ruin him. The breaking point came one afternoon when Sally Spectra, Adam's current girlfriend, confronted him. Sally had always been intuitive, able to sense when something was off. Lately, she had noticed Adam's distant behavior, his unexplained absences, and the way he seemed lost in thought whenever Chelsea's name came up. She couldn't shake the feeling that something was going on, and her instincts were rarely wrong. "Adam, we need to talk," Sally said, her voice steady but laced with suspicion. They were in Adam's penthouse, the one place that had always felt like a refuge from the chaos of the outside world. But today it felt like a prison. Adam looked up from his laptop, trying to appear nonchalant, but his heart was racing. "What's on your mind?" Sally took a deep breath, steeling herself for what she was about to ask. "Are you sleeping with Chelsea?" The question hung in the air like a dark cloud, and for a moment, Adam's mind went blank. He had always been quick on his feet, able to talk his way out of almost any situation, but this time he was caught off guard. The truth was staring him in the face, but he knew that admitting it would destroy everything. "No, of course not," Adam lied, the words coming out more forcefully than he had intended. He could see the doubt in Sally's eyes, but he pressed on, desperate to convince her. "Why would you even think that?" Sally's gaze didn't waver. "You've been distant lately, and every time I bring up Chelsea, you change the subject. It's like you're hiding something?" Adam forced a chuckle, trying to downplay the situation. "Sally, you're overthinking this. Chelsea and I have a complicated history, yes, but that's all in the past. You're the one I'm with now." But Sally wasn't buying it. She had seen enough of Adam's manipulative behavior to know when he was lying. Her heart sank as she realized that her worst fears might be true. "I want to believe you, Adam, but something doesn't add up. If you're lying to me." "I'm not lying." Adam cut her off, his voice sharper than he intended. He could feel his carefully constructed facade starting to crack, but he couldn't afford to let Sally see that. "I haven't slept with Chelsea, and I'm not going to. I'm committed to you." But even as he spoke the words, Adam felt a pang of guilt. He knew he was playing a dangerous game, and the stakes were higher than ever. If Sally found out the truth, it would all come crashing down: his relationship, his career, and his already fragile reputation. Sally studied him for a long moment, her eyes searching his for any sign of deceit. Finally she nodded, though she didn't look entirely convinced. "I hope you're telling the truth, Adam, because if you're not, I don't think I could forgive you." With that, Sally turned and walked out of the room, leaving Adam alone with his thoughts. He let out a shaky breath, realizing just how close he had come to losing everything, but the worst was far from over. As the days went by, Adam found himself becoming more paranoid. Every time his phone rang, he feared it would be Sally or Chelsea, ready to blow his secret wide open. He started second-guessing every move he made, wondering if someone had seen them together, if someone knew the truth. His work at Newman Enterprises began to suffer. He was distracted, unfocused, and it didn't go unnoticed by his family. Victor, always the vigilant patriarch, started asking questions, probing into Adam's life in that way that only Victor could. Adam knew that if Victor ever found out about the affair, he would use it against him in the never-ending battle for control of the Newman Empire. But it wasn't just his father he had to worry about. Nick had always been the moral compass of the family, and Adam knew that his brother would never forgive him for betraying Sally. The thought of the fallout was almost too much to bear, but Adam knew there was no turning back now. He had made his bed, and now he would have to lie in it. And then there was Chelsea. She was a wild card in all of this, unpredictable and dangerous in her own right. Adam couldn't help but wonder if she would be the one to blow everything up, either out of spite or because she thought she could win him back. The thought of losing Connor over this was almost too much to bear, but Adam knew that was a very real possibility. As the days turned into weeks, Adam's anxiety only grew. He was constantly looking over his shoulder, waiting for the other shoe to drop. He had lied to Sally, to his family, and to himself, and now he was trapped in a web of his own making. But in Geno City, secrets rarely stayed buried for long, and Adam knew that it was only a matter of time before his world came crashing down around him.